a series on grammar, the tenses. I'm Karen Beery with Right Now Editing, where we turn good manuscripts into great books.
And I'm Peg Thomas, multi-award winning author and editor, and we are two editors for 5 minutes.
And I will
As she
remember
sets the
to,
timer.
yes, I will remember to start the timer this time. Um, and I'm probably going to do most of the talking this week because we're going to be talking about past, present, and past perfect tenses. And as Peg and I were talking, she writes historical. And Peg,
And I
why
read
don't
historical.
and why isn't this an issue in what you read?
I think because authors of historical fiction know they're writing, 50, 100, 150, me, 250, 300 years in the past. So we don't have that tendency to want to slip into present because it's just not, it just isn't a temptation when you're writing so far back in history. But I can see where contemporary, it would be more of an issue.
So we're going to do quick reminder of the difference between present tense, past tense, and past perfect. And then I'll let you know what I've been seeing in some of the contemporary books that I've read. Because I do believe, I can say, I don't think I've seen this in the historicals that I've read recently. Um, so your past tense is anything that happened in the past. And a lot of novels, most novels are written in third person past tense. So you're always going to be talking about what someone did and where they went. All of your verbs are going to be a past tense verb. Now, the past perfect is when you threw that had in there, like she had gone to the store instead of she went to the store. So which can be a little confusing, but there is an appropriate time to use that past perfect if you're writing in a past tense novel. So you're going to use past perfect anytime your characters are talking about something that happened before the story started. So when they're talking about their backstory, about things in their lives that happened, they'll use that past perfect because that is the cue to the reader that this is actually the character's past. It's not happening in the present of the story. Another time that you can use it successfully is if you have a character, and they start the chapter and maybe they're thinking about something that happened between chapter 2 and chapter 3, but you didn't show it on the page. You can use that past perfect because again, it's a cue to the reader that it's something that happened, but we're not going to see it. It's not on in the page. And of
By the
course,
way, I
present
really
tense.
like how you just explained that. That was really good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was nice.
And then of course, present tense is what you're doing now. So I walked to the store instead of I walked or I had walked. Pretty basic. What really, if you're writing a past tense novel, the only time you're going to use present tense is if you are writing in italics to show your character thinking about something, because that's an indication that your character is in that moment thinking about something. It's a now moment.
And generally, then they're also going to slip into first person. If they're in that deep
Exactly.
inner thought, you're not only going to present tense, you're going to first person and always in italics so that the reader understands at a glance this is a deep inner thought of the character.
Because I don't think, oh, Karin should go do this. I think I should go do this. And in what I'm seeing in some contemporary stories, it's just that the tenses aren't used consistently. So that was, the brief, our two editors for 5 minutes explanation on how and when to use past, present, and past tense in a past tense story. What you need to do is just look for consistency. So if your character is talking just about life in general, avoid that past perfect. Because not only is it confusing, but you are going to be adding words to your manuscript that you don't need. I mean, you can cut out a bunch of hads and haves and dids by staying in the past tense. Um, so just when you're editing your own work, or if you are having some people read it for you, ask them to look for those things. Ask them to make sure that your tenses are used consistently throughout the book so that it's not confusing to readers. Peg, any final tense?
Just a big smile to my fellow historical authors who nailed this.
Yeah, we're not worried about that. Everything's in the past. All right. Well, actually, we only have 8 seconds left, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up for this week. And next week, we're getting off of grammar, but we have something fun to talk about. Until then, I'm Karen Beery with Right Now Editing.
And I'm Peg Thomas, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.